be able to answer that with the other people.
Chief Browning?
I don't believe he's here.
Okay. Is there anybody else that would like to say a few words for him in his place? No? Okay. So we'll go with evacuations. Pat Kaling?
Can everybody hear me? I'm not a big microphone kind of guy. I just want to touch real quick on what Nathan said earlier, is that actually he covered one primary, which is the safety of human life. That goes to firefighters as well as the citizens and the residents of this county. The second, which he didn't elaborate on, but it was covered in our initial meetings, is the protection of structures, and primarily ones that people live in. One thing that the Sheriff's Office learned during the Monastery fire, which is almost in the same spot, if you look at the southern line where it's at, it's almost in the same area of where the Monastery fire started a couple years ago. And if anything was a lesson at that point in time, is it took no time at all before that fire was in Box Canyon. And in amongst the Box Canyon Road and south of it. We lost, I believe, well over 100 structures in that fire, primary residents as well as outbuildings. The Sheriff's Office is taking a much more conservative approach with the information that we learned during that and how fast the fire can spread. And you heard Nathan talk about how, and as well as the fire behavior expert, how those embers are getting caught up into the air and the wind is carrying them much further than what they're typically, and we have our, what you guys call it, the probability of ignition in the last few days was at 100%. So we already had a spot fire earlier today. That forced us to bump the evacuation zones even further south, because the number one priority is your human safety as well as your structures. It's not that we're trying to evacuate people out of their homes because we think we know what's best for you. It's just that we're concerned about your safety. That's why you see a very big red area, which is your level 3 evacuation areas on this map over here. The level 2s are what we call the precautionary. That's what we try to give even more of a buffer zone for you to make the necessary plans to accomplish what you need to get accomplished. Pack up heirlooms, pictures, valuables, transport your animals to a safe location, get your medications in line, whatever you need to do, that when you get that level 3 evacuation notice, if it does come, you're ready to go on a moment's notice, and you're not trying to get your horses out when you're already in a level 3, because the level of safety goes down at that point. And if you're in a level 3, we're not responsible for your safety. We've already advised you you're in a level 3. We don't want that. We're looking out for you. It's not that we want you to leave your homes. That's not it at all. And what we want is to try and get you back into your homes at the earliest possible moment in time. But we really are concerned about your safety, and that's why we're taking a conservative approach. Earlier today, there was a spot fire in the area of the Piney Roads area. Rural 7 put it out very quick. If you people don't understand where Piney Roads is, it's about milepost 19 on 97. As you can see, that's well above where Brooks is, down to milepost 19 is quite a distance. That's why the zones were moved even further south today. I don't have anything further on evacuation notices, but afterwards there will be question and answers. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I have information on if you do need help evacuating animals and things of that nature, where we can put them, what resources we have in line, and what the Sheriff's Office is doing to protect your homes while we're in this evacuation, these levels. I'll touch on real quick, I don't know if there's any individuals from the east end of the county. The east end of the county out in the Bingleton, Cleveland area, they're at a level 1, which is just advisory level at this point. Due to where the fire is kind of headed, we're evaluating that on a day-by-day basis. and those levels could very well go up as well.
So I just want to also say that we have a representative from the Department of Natural Resources, Larry Leach, and then we also have Steve Andringa from the Yakima Nation.
Hi there, I'm Larry Leach. I'm the Quick Attack District Manager. I'm here representing the Department of Natural Resources. I guess I'll be pretty brief, but we have a lot of faith in the management team assigned to this fire. They've got a ton of experience on their team. They're very professional, and they've got a great track record for fires they managed for us in the past. We're feeling pretty good about the progress they've made today and their plan moving forward with the predicted fire behavior and weather coming up in the next few days. And I guess I'll be around after the meeting, but I also want to point out Dan Lennon is our stewardship forester for the area, and I think Dan brought with some pamphlets on Firewise and stewardship to help protect your property.
Good evening, Steve Andringa with the Yakima Nation. I manage the tribal forestry program. I've worked for the tribe for about 26 years now. On Wednesday, earlier this week, we have a fire management staff that does a lot of initial attack. We're pretty aggressive with our responses, pretty successful at our initial attack. We had a report late Wednesday morning of a fire up here. We did what we always do. We sent some resources out here. Within about just a couple of hours, our initial attack team and our fire management officer made a determination that it was really had a lot of risk to it. It was starting to grow very fast, and it crossed actually fairly quickly Highway 97, and made a determination very, very quick that we needed an incident management team. And so we contacted the incident management folks and transitioned within a period of about 24 hours. And so we're very thankful that there was such a quick response time, and that we worked well with during the transition, and very, very pleased with the number of folks and the resources that we have at our disposal. Our concern is the same concern everybody shares in this room: firefighter safety. Second to that, we want to try to minimize that impact of all the resources and minimize that footprint of the fire. So we want to do some pretty aggressive tactics, but keeping in mind firefighter safety first and foremost. So appreciate the team's effort, and we're very pleased in working with these guys.
Thank you. And then we have Julie Miller. She's with the Red Cross and has been working the shelter and trying to provide some services for folks here, so we thank her for that, definitely.
Thank you. So we've had a shelter open the last several nights here at Our Father's House Fellowship, which is located at 207 South Klickitat Avenue, and that's here in town. We have food, lodging, basic comfort kit items such as soap, deodorant. We also have health and mental health counselors at our facility. So if you need any resources, if you're looking for information, or basically you just want to have a person to talk to, our doors are open and we are happy to be a resource for you. And we also have a phone number if you need any help. That phone number is 888-680-1455. And we also have a program called Safe and Well. So if you have evacuated your home, we do have a system where you can give us your information. So if a relative or a friend is looking for you, we're able to let them know that you are in fact safe. So we're here, we're happy to help. So please come to us and visit us. Thank you.
And then I just wanted to point out, we brought some materials. Anytime that we do these presentations, we always want to take this opportunity to have a teachable moment. People here know how serious it can be with fire, whether it's on the east side, the west side, whatever local states we have around us. At this time of year, we seem to always get fires. You see it on the news, but one of the things that we know works, that helps us, and can help you as a community member, is to work on your defensible space. That being cleaning up the yards, getting rid of fuels, those types of things. So it was great of the